Hello guys and gals. So thought I wanted to make a little commentary, a little review of my trading today. There's not a lot of subscribers on my channel yet, but nevertheless thought it might add some value if I explain a little bit about the strategy that I'm trading. So I'm just going to play off the YouTube from the live stream today. It was a short session. I think in about 12 minutes I was done for the day. So now I'm just opening up my my platform here. I'm trading on ATAS. It's a order flow platform. I'm trading on the 5-second chart. The time frame is not really important, though. I'm more looking at the I mean the bars are, one bar is 5 seconds, but I'm not entering on candle close or anything like that, so it's not really important what time frame I'm on. I'm looking mainly at the volume profile. So I'm just gonna stop it here for a second. So basically what you see on the chart is obviously you have the candlesticks, then behind you have the volume profile for each 1 minute bar. Sometimes also look at the 5-minute volume profile. It really depends. It's a very simple strategy. It's close to high frequency trading, I think. I don't see anybody else trading this way, but it's just something that I developed over the years. It works quite well for me. I'm always trying to maybe find new things that how I can modify it, adapt to it. But it works quite well as I'm doing it. So basically what I'm looking for, you see the beginning of this blue line here, that's the market open. So that's New York, 9:30 a.m. when the NASDAQ opens. I'm trading the NASDAQ futures, as you'll also say. In this session, I'm trading the micros. Just slicing down a little bit, I'm trading 3 micros at a time. So the blue line here on the left side of the chart, that's basically market open. So at this time, we've been open for about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6-7 minutes. I try to stay out of the markets for the first couple of minutes. So again, each volume profile you see here is basically each 1 minute bar, and within that 1 minute bar you have the 5-second chart bars. So what I'm looking at when we're in a strong downtrend like this, I'm mostly interested in seeing basically what I'm looking for: downtrend, a trend to the downside. If price gets back up onto a high volume node, such as we see right here, then I assume that the sellers that created that volume making price go even lower are still going to be interested in keeping this level, at least for a short. I mean, at least they will attempt. Doesn't mean that price will break this low, but I assume that there will still be some interest in selling from this area. So that's why I put my sell limit order there. This gray line here, that's the point of control, so the volume point of control for each 1 minute bar. So that just basically means that that's the price level where most of the volume were traded within this 1 minute bar. It hasn't closed yet, this 1 minute bar, so it might change it might change until the bar actually closes. But you will see that this whole area, there was like a cluster of volume being traded right here. So that's you can say it's kind of like a supply zone, right? So let's just see what happens. I mean, it goes quite fast because obviously it's a 5-second chart. Sometimes I have several trades within a single minute. I think this one doesn't get filled. I think it reverses right before we get up to it. But let's play it and also explain a little bit more. Maybe I'll wait for that for another video. I have an oscillator down here. It's based on delta. So basically showing the difference between aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers. It's a bit modified. It's not just a delta oscillator. There's a bit more to it. I look at this also. I think I'll keep that for another video, just to not overcomplicate things. So let's just play this and see what happens. So we see price getting up into that volume area. It's just about to tag me in. Here we saw the volume, the point of control has actually moved down. That also tells me that now a lot of the traders stepping in right now are interested even at a lower price than they were before. That again just signals to me, okay, there's still selling pressure in this market. So I could arguably have closed this one out and then just market sell in, because sometimes it's annoying you don't quite get filled. We also have this significant wig over here. I should probably place my limit order below that. The reason why I put a market buy down here now is because we saw the reversal off of this bar, and you see this also high volume, so there's a lot of interest at this at the very low of this bar, and that just tells me that there were a lot of buyers stepping in. If you compare it to this other 1 minute bar here, right, it closes down here. Excuse me, there are almost no interest or no volume being traded at the very low of this bar. So it's quite aggressive to put orders like this on such a steep downtrend, but they are quite sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so please bear with me. But they're quite effective also, at least for a quick scalp to the upside. Typically you'll see price come down and then bounce off of this area before then breaking the low if the trend continues lower down. So let's see. Yeah, we see price almost came up, took out my, it didn't quite fill it. Canceled. So I just canceled it. The reason why I canceled it is because once the move has already been done, this is the scalp I'm looking for down to this area. If it already bounces before I'm filled, typically, especially in a strong downtrend like this, if price comes back up to that area, it might just shoot through it up to a higher liquidity zone. So I took that one off for now, and then I put it up higher. So now we'll see if this one plays out. Looks like I'm gonna get filled there. So again, that's just what I spoke about before. We have this high volume cluster down here, so I'm looking for a retracement at least up to this area before. At this point, obviously, I don't know if price is gonna continue lower down or if it's gonna go up from here. But for sure, we see some form of consolidation happening. So that was, yeah, within a few seconds, that was closed out. This window over here is the equity window, or like the P&L of the day. It's really slow at updating. I have spoken with Atasan. They're working on fixing this because it used to update immediately, but they made an update some weeks ago, and since then it has been very slow at updating. So they're working on getting this real time. So when I close out a position, it'll actually immediately show the P&L updating, but it takes a while for it to update. It's a bit annoying, but they're working on it. So again here, arguably I could have taken a sell right here, right? We have this volume point of control. Now, remember before it was, no, it's still in this area, but price is rejecting off of this volume node. When it comes back up into it, we typically get a small push to the downside again. But I didn't take this one right now. So at this point, I only have my limit order up here. I'm just observing what price is doing around these. Obviously, there's a lot of interest from both sellers and buyers in this area. We see now point of control on this 1 minute bar, and this 1 minute bar is pretty much at the same level. So now we see a small push up. So I put a buy limit order in there, hoping that they'll go down, pick up some liquidity before going high up, but that didn't happen at this point.
Order filled.
So now I filled here. The reason why you see so many limit orders and stop orders, my stop loss and take profit, is because I'm working with a new tool that I had developed where instead of using a fixed take profit based on ticks as what you get built in with Atas, it's basic like the what do they call it in NinjaTrader, ATM strategy. In Atas it's called the exit strategy. I've made one on my own where I use ATR to calculate, so it keeps on adapting to market volatility. But it's like I need to fix it because it's places sometimes 3 individual orders and sometimes it places a cluster of 3. It's I'll get that fixed in the next couple of days. But basically this is my take profit and this is my stop loss. So my stop loss is a little bit higher. Up here you can see what the tick size of my stop loss and what the dollar value is. So with 3 contracts right now, my TP is about $50 and my stop loss is about, oh man, I can't read that. I think about 75. No, that can't be. Well, I can't read that right now. But I basically have, I believe my stop loss is 1.5 ATR and my take profit is 1 time ATR. So my stop loss is a little bit larger than my take profit.
Order filled.
Okay, so very good entry right off of this one. Again, I took it off of this volume node here together with this volume node here. It just showed me that there were a lot of sellers interested in this area. And we also see the interest stepping up in this volume node right here. So now I have a buy order down here. It got filled immediately. That's basically off of this cluster down here. Right, so I would assume that now we see some interested in buyers trying to push price higher up. We have a high, a low, first high, then a lower low, and then we break that higher high. So we could consider we might be in an uptrend or starting an uptrend now. So I expect that there are buyers interested. I am also aware that we had a massive sell-off of the open, so those sellers are probably still in the market. Anyway, we got filled there for 3 contracts.
Filled.
So we see some interest from buyers here. You don't know if you can see it here, but the wick got very close to my take profit orders, and then it got pushed down pretty fast. So that's like a first sign. Okay, the sellers might still be dominating here. So I'm keeping a hand on the exit button on my hotkeys. And they're trying again and immediately gets rejected. So that's why I just close off that position with my manual exit at a pretty much break even, a small profit. And I don't remember what yeah, price continues down. So good thing I exited out of that one. The reason why I placed that one here, basically we have these wicks down here, right? So there's some liquidity hiding down here, and we have a rather large volume node down here. So I expect if there is like a liquidity grab and they might move price at least up to where the value was in this 1 minute bar up in this area, that I can participate in that move. Looks like it didn't quite get filled again as to the tick, right? I think I place it again here.
Placed.
Let's see what happens.
Order filled.
Yeah, so we got filled there. Again, I typically don't like those where it comes down basically 1 tick away from an entry order and then bounces up, gives me the move I'm looking for, and then comes back down into it. I also see that there is a lot of liquidity below these swing lows here, so I am worried now that price is going to come down, take that out before taking a move up higher. I don't remember what happens here, but let's see.
Order placed.
So I just put a order. If we get a quick sweep up, I definitely want to participate now in the sell side, because we see this strong move taken out. Basically, we have a full wave count here, and that's taken out pretty much in one move, just as a small little interference right here. So now I'm thinking, okay, the sellers are still in control, so I want to prepare myself for a move down if price shoots up.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so yeah, basically that's what I thought would happen also, that price shoots up. That's why I put that order there immediately. I don't remember what happens here. If it looks quite strong, so it might just continue up and take me out for a loss. I'm not sure.
Order placed.
Yeah, the reason why I take up the take profit order here is because we saw such a strong move up. So I'm placing it. We see this gap in volume here. That typically gets filled, but there were such a strong move that I'm worried having my take profit further down, that will then maybe price will not quite get down there if it reverses. So let's see what happens.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, I took it off there. I didn't like it. We came up here above this wick, and typically when we get up above a liquidity zone and we have all of this heavy volume in this area, I want to see a fast rejection off of that. Otherwise, I just don't like it. So that typically means that the buyers are gonna push it up higher. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was quite good. I took that off again. I should put a limit buy down here. I don't know why I'm not doing that. We have this huge node here now. I would even move it up in this area, but I think I'm hesitating a little bit here, just checking out what's going on. Like here would be perfect entry. Yeah, don't know if I'm not taking it. Yeah, beautiful. Don't know why I didn't take that one, but easier to see now. I don't know if I was doing something with my platform. I see my mouse running around. I might have been fixing something. But again, we see this high volume node here. It's also in the previous 1 minute bar point of control. And we have that quick sweep down, and this would already have been taken out of take profit. So
Order placed.
yeah, I think I was fixing something with my
Order placed.
so the reason why I'm setting it up here is based on this supply zone up here. Basically, we see this bar. Obviously, we're right at the point of control of that bar now, but there's really no price action right here that signals to me that I'm okay with setting a limit order. It's kind of in the air. I prefer it up here in the supply zone up here.
Order placed. Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah, and again, we see typically in these supply zones with a lot of volume, we get very strong rejections off of that. So obviously, on this small 5 seconds time frame, it looks like we are pretty much in an uptrend right now. But of course, on the higher time frame, like on the 5 minute bars or whatever, this will still look very much like a downtrend. So I try to keep both scenarios in mind. The reason why I put this order here is basically just, you know, break of high, we have retest of highs, and we have very high volume being traded in this area. So
Order filled.
looks like I'm going to take a loss here on this one. Again, I'm interested in this area right here also. If this breaks, I might just enter. I don't remember what happens, but I might just take a direct second position long.
Order filled.
Okay, I got filled on that one. I take profit again. It was also a very easy to trade session for me, so I don't think there's any real big losses on this one, or where I take a full loss, I think. Let's see if I don't know why I didn't take that one. I mean, beautiful setup. Again, coming back down to point of control after a breakout to the upside. I even had my mouse there. I think I was just hesitating, so, but that would have been a beautiful buy also. So at this point, we just see buyers
Order
getting
placed.
quite aggressive. So yeah, I put
Order filled.
my limit order there again off of this high volume node right here, and also kind of like a break and retest. It's pretty aggressive. We're pretty
Order
high up
filled.
in the channel,
Order
so I
filled.
took a full loss there. The reason why I take another aggressive entry there is because this was my original area of interest. By the time I hit market buy, our price had already gone quite up again. That's why I really prefer to enter with limit orders.
Order
I
filled.
knew that this was aggressive. It was very high up in already
Order placed.
overextended move to the upside. So we get this liquidity grab down below this swing, and we have this high volume that I was really paying attention to. So, but that's okay. I mean, once you hit the button, there's no going back, right? So it's that's how it is in trading. Sometimes you get the FOMO, or you get I mean, emotions definitely is a real thing, and can be frustrating when you're chasing price and it just continues up higher and higher. And you feel like you never get that pullback that you want, and then when you finally get the pullback, it pulls back further. I mean, that's just a classic. But so it's the balance of reading the market, of seeing how aggressive are the buyers, like how fast are they pushing the market. Where do I have price areas where I can expect some kind of like massive dump, or where a lot of buyers are starting to take profit from the buys, and price will pull back to a deeper retracement than the other retracements. The reason why I put this sell limit up here, basically we see the uptrend, and then we break this low and we break this low in one clean move. That just signals to me, okay, now there's definitely sellers interested. If price gets up to where the selling started from, I bet that that the sellers will try to hold that level and push, at least try to push price down, and then get that little jolt in price before maybe going up higher. I don't really care at that point. I just want that small move.
Order placed.
Now I just start seeing some aggression in the sellers. We see like a head and shoulders pattern. So we have, we could argue left shoulder or left shoulder, one of these with the head, and then we start forming a right shoulder. The point of control is in the upper half of this bar, which could indicate that there's still more buyers interested than sellers, but I quite like these aggressive moves where I think that they want to take it a little bit lower down at least before going higher.
Order filled.
Let's see, I got filled there pretty fast. Let's see if it holds. Might have been too aggressive. Will they take this? So now I really want to see this hold. Yeah, we do see some rejection off of it. Again, we see probably the first entry up in this area would have been the more, the better one. Just having patience for price to get back up there. Yeah, but the sellers is definitely still there, so now they're pushing it down, and I'm Now this would be an interesting area to go
Order
short
filled.
of next time.
Order cancelled.
Again, though, we do see this.
Order placed.
Another thing I'm really looking for here, the reason why I place one there is because there's a lot of traders that will get trapped below these swings. Like we have this pretty significant support level right here. And many times when you see the very fast moves on the Nasdaq is just after price has taken out swing lows there. The reason why I place my limit order right at this price is basically because of this very high volume node right here. It's pretty much on. I mean, it's on this wick. Obviously, I'm looking at, are they gonna bring it all the way down, take this liquidity down here, or am I going to miss my entry if I push my limit order down here in this area where the actual most of the liquidity is probably hiding? And also bear in mind we have this basically dead space in volume that still hasn't really been taken out. This, you could argue that basically tapped into it and then continued up higher, but I choose just to put it at a pretty aggressive entry right there because I see this swing right here as the swing that most traders are going to be looking at, and most algorithms that will be looking at that one. So let's see what happens. I mean, many, and it can be scary to basically step in front of a freight train coming down like this. And sometimes you get a deep push, and that's also why I have my stop loss a little bit larger than my take profit, just because sometimes the push into the liquidity zone is can basically just like wake you out when it comes down with speed like that.
Order filled.
So there we got filled. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it pretty
Order
much
filled.
immediately reverses. I mean, that was on the tick, so that was pretty beautiful. Now I see this area could probably be a point of interest for a sell. I don't know if I take that one, but again, many times, at least when I get burned the most, is when you see a strong sales move, and you feel like, okay, now the sellers are stepping up, I want to be on the sell side, and you get in after they've taken out a liquidity low. In fact, this move had nothing to do with sellers getting interested. It's really just that the big money wants the liquidity down here, and then they just take out all of the highs in one clean move, so you don't get any break and retest of these. That's something I'm really struggling with still, to figure out when are they. So now they took out this other low here. Let's see what happens. Still, I think this week down here is also of interest to them. Obviously, I'm interested to see now, because I don't remember what happens when price comes up to here, if it holds this volume right here, or if they're gonna shoot up. Okay, so that, yeah, would have been beautiful, I think. Or maybe not, actually. No, it seems like they're running it up higher now.
Order
Yeah.
placed.
You see, this is what I mean. I honestly didn't remember what happens here, even though it's just a few hours ago. But because I look at so many 5-second bars in a day, I remember the general, I say, like, moves of the day. Was it aggressive? Was it volatile? Did it swing a lot? Was it up? Was it down? But I don't remember each 1 minute bar. But this is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is probably why I didn't take this one, because I've experienced this so many times that price comes down aggressively. You think, oh, this is definitely sells. We have a break of a low, we come up, retest, and then people expect the selling to continue. And many times it feels like they just don't give any chance of people to get out of their positions. If they do the break and retest, they just smash through everything in one go. So yeah, here I could have had an aggressive buy order sitting here. I don't know if I'm doing it. No, I'm playing the more conservative here, but definitely think I would have liked to have a buy position here now when I'm looking at it. Yeah, right there in this volume node, I would have liked it, and that would have been taken out at the take profit already there. But I was playing it conservative down in this demand area right here. So.
Order placed.
So now basically I'm just trailing up my buy limit order at the point of control area in this block where there's most volume traded in this 1 minute bar. I don't know if I'm gonna get filled on that one.
Order filled.
Okay, we got filled.
Order filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
So there, I was, don't know what happened. It's this strategy that I had developed for my stop loss and take profit. I had an issue with it, and it just opened 9 contracts there. Thanks God I was on the micros, and not on the NQ minis, because 9 contracts would have been disaster. But I quickly saw it and just exited manually, so I got a few ticks of profits there. I think that's the end of the trading session. Let's just skip a bit forward. Yeah, so I'm above 400, which was my daily profit target. I'm basically trading in a way where I set myself a daily profit goal and a daily max loss, and if I reach it I stop for the day. Today that was in about 12 minutes. Yeah, so there's my equity graph for the day. So I think it was about 425, yeah, something like that. So yeah, basically when I reach my profit target I just stop for the day, and then because so many times I made good gains and then I start giving it back, and that is the most frustrating thing. So that's just something I incorporated into my system, that I stop when I reach my goal, or if and it avoids me going on tilt, to be honest, because when you take many trades in a day, your likelihood of doing revenge trading and doing things that you shouldn't be doing is much higher than when you're doing more like position trading, where you're maybe taking 1 trade a day or 2 trades a day, and you step away and you're not constantly looking at the screen. But anyway, that was like a review and a bit of explanation of how I'm looking at the markets. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you. Yeah, obviously not any investment advice, definitely should be said. I think this type of trading is very challenging. You need to be very focused. It goes very fast. You can lose a lot of money very fast in a very short time when you're taking this many trades. And I'm aware that many traders will consider this over trading, but it's what works for me. And I have other systems that I'm trading more like long term, or where I maybe take 1 position in a day. But this is, I think, also more fun for YouTube content. When you're taking 1 trade a day, it's not really, you can post a screenshot and then you can show it, but there's not much more to it than that. But anyway, like volume, I would say is probably, volume profile is the best indicator that you can find. It really shows inside the candles, or inside each bar, where is the most interest from either buyers or sellers, and then you just gotta figure out, like if we go, let's just go any random place here, right? When you see volume being traded in this area. The question is just, was it mostly sellers or mostly buyers that were active, right? And when I entered into this position, I thought it was mostly sellers being active in this high volume node. It turned out there were actually also a lot of buyers, and many times you'll see interest from both buyers and sellers in these high volume nodes, especially when you're inside of a range like this. But anyway, figuring out inside the bars where is the most volume traded, that gives you a clear edge that you can use in your favor. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know if anybody is watching this at all, and I'll try to get back to you. Take care. All the best.